guys, John here, and I'm at Byggeri, Denmark's biggest show. They only have it every 2 years, so I didn't want to miss it. I'm here to find what's new, what's interesting, and anything I've not seen before, anything that stands out to me. It's a massive show. I'm here for the day. Let's go and have a look, see what I can find. At this show, you can't buy tools. You're just here to kind of look at stuff, see what's new. But every now and then you can pick up the odd tool, the odd little freebie. That's the first one, a Spreen Zollstock, which the Zollstock collection's growing, and having something proper from Denmark is a real win. I'm happy to get that early doors. Right, let's keep going. Like hand-forged axes, made in Sweden. They must be made by this company here, HB, and then branded Hultafors. Pretty solid little things them, aren't they? It's a handy little vacuum, isn't it? It's hard to believe that is a vacuum. Maybe it's a little extractor. Shikimi doesn't say what it is. It kind of set up like a vacuum. Yeah, no, it is a vacuum because it's got attachments. Look at that, even that's nifty. It's got a little nozzle inside. Uses the same Skil battery. That is genius, that is. Packs away nice and small, that. If you want to see our Skil power tool build, made out of IKEA frames, go and watch it. I'll put a link up here. So I've got love for the Skil tools. Everything I've had from them has been really good. There's a small selection of Skil stuff in Screwfix. Never seen that before, but I've already got a load of the batteries, so interesting to see them. I know Skil are a lot more popular in Europe, and they invented the Skil saw, which is this thing. It's like a worm drive. A lot of people still call them Skil saws because of the brand Skil, and then that's their like 100-year anniversary model since 1924. But it's got like a worm drive in it, and there's a particular version of these Skil saws that people love, especially in America. Flipping love a Skil saw, like a big old aluminium body. Like one of these, the old vintage Skil saws. Pretty cool he brought them to the show.
You know, we have the foam so you can cut it out yourself.
Yeah.
And I did it, but it looks easier when you guys do it.
Orange Tools, another new brand on me. This is all like multi-tool bits and circular saw blades. I think they got the branding right, haven't they? Orange Tools. It's all orange. Just spot them a mile off. No power tool brand that's orange, is there? Maybe there's a gap in the market. You've got yellow, teal, red, grey, lime green, blue, Bosch. But an orange one, you'd expect to see an orange one. A few orange brands, Bacco and whatnot, but tool brands. It's a bit of a beastie thing, isn't it? Fritzite. I've seen something similar to that, but I saw it on Robot Wars. I'm sure there was a robot attached to that. Spinning disc of death. I think you go far with that. The made in Denmark trowels. We need to find out what this is for. Hello, how are you doing? What's this for?
This is for the stones when you make this.
Ah, for cleaning out the mortar.
Yes.
Looks dangerous. I thought it was a zombie weapon. Yeah. Where in Denmark are they made?
20 kilometers from here.
And you've got a lot of stuff on you. This is for smoothing the mortar.
Yes.
Yeah. Because in the UK we usually use this.
Okay.
You know, this kind of thing for smoothing the mortar. Yeah, I'm not a bricklayer. I'm an electrician.
We have this one too.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah. And this?
This one is when you are working with this.
Ah, so you just for pointing.
The other way for the short one.
Yeah, I have seen that. Stu Compton. If you've ever been on YouTube, watch Stu Compton. Beautiful brickwork, and I think that's where I've seen that, where he's really lovely pointing work to stop getting all the mortar all over the bricks. Pretty rough surface, not just like a polished tile. It's pretty good, isn't it? So how much can that lift?
150.
150 pounds or kilos?
Kilos.
Kilo. Yeah, you're metric over here as well, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, you have to be very strong.
Yeah. We'll have two of them.
Yeah. You see this one?
No, we've not seen that one.
And lift it up.
That's beastie, that, isn't it? Pretty cool trouser display. That's an interesting shoe, isn't it? I thought they had a lot of snow in Denmark. Is that the style they need over here for like the snow melt and seep out? It's a cool looking shoe. It's hard to believe that's a work shoe. They look pretty cool. Let me see if I can try one on. It's like a shoe from Back to the Future, this. More comfortable than a Timberland boot as well. So it's got like a composite toe and a composite base and slip resistant. You know, it sticks to the floor, doesn't it? You're not moving around. Whereas that slides, that doesn't slide. Cool. Pending House. That's a nice looking hammer, and it looks like an Estwing hammer or something, but it's a German brand, says German on it. Nice looking hammer. Shadow foam started with one of these in the very early days. This was how we used to cut shadow foam with a hot wire knife. They fold out and they're for like cutting insulation boards, but you can cut shadow foam with it, but just very, very slowly. Edma, one of my favourites. Edma with a French brand that made the hot ball, melt through polystyrene for dry liners. Can't see anything that's standing out as particularly different or interesting. A little bevel, a little bit of a mitre gauge and some squares and stuff. Well, what are these?
No, these are power banks.
Big power banks, yeah.
Yes, and this one has a built-in compressor.
Right, okay. We've got similar for jump-starting cars.
This is a Swiss Army knife. It's multi-purpose tool. You will have a clear display where you can see, of course, the battery state.
Yeah.
It starts up to 8-liter petrol engines.
Wow.
4-liter diesel engines.
Chunky engine, 4 litre, yeah.
Definitely so.
Yeah.
In Denmark, we use 220
Yeah.
volts, so that's also an option.
Yeah, plug it. That's cool. I like it. Brilliant. I like the idea of these chests in terms of, it's an unusual toolbox, that is. Obviously, everything's going big plastic modular toolbox systems.
This is the original way of doing it, so to speak, and there's simply not room in those plastic boxes.
Yeah. No, it looks like a bit of a classic style toolbox, doesn't it? All wooden and going back to the heritage of 1893, and you've got like your big old wooden chest. And you're still making these?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I reckon I could put some foam in that and get it all organised, make it even better than that for an apprentice.
Yeah. That's very much just like the cars the craftsmen use. They are decorated with MDF or whatever to fit their purpose, and that's of course relevant to do in this case as well.
Yeah, they look solid. Nice. Well, thank you very much for showing me.
Oh, welcome.
Air freshener, picture me pants. That'll do. Got some Wiha stuff. Always interesting to see if there's anything new. That's a pretty solid kit there. These little electric screwdrivers are something that's been on my list to get. Obviously I can't get it here being at the show, but it's quite a small, compact screwdriver. You wouldn't even think there was space for all the electric mechanism in there. And you've got like high torque and low torque on it as well.
Exactly, yeah. 0.4 and 1 Newton meter.
Right. And how do you charge it?
Quite easily. You have here the neck, which just loosen it, and then you have the single batteries inside.
I'm definitely gonna have to get one of those. You've convinced me on that. That is awesome. It's a great little tool.
And they have the same benefit.
I like it. And the little light detail on the end as well. It's just really nice, isn't it?
In this case, you have the integrated battery.
Yeah.
We have to use USB-C
to charge it up.
Yeah.
What's this for? Is this to detect the...
Actually, for us, we have these impact bits.
Yeah.
And what we just showed here is our normal professional bits, which is a good quality.
Yeah.
They break. To avoid all that, we have made these TY fills. You can just put them in, and you don't need any kind of bit hole. And you just put it in, and it doesn't break.
Pretty impressive. That's very good. Thanks very much for showing us. So we're about midway through the Byggeri show, but I thought I'd take a moment to share with you that Wiha sent me the Speedy screwdriver to have a proper look at. And they didn't just send me that, they also sent me an item for the giveaway. They're friends of the show, they clearly watch because they knew to send me 5. They said they'd send me something cool, and they did deliver because this is a tool from Wiha I've not seen before. It's called their Pocket Max screwdriver. And as I say, they sent me 5, so it was a perfect amount for a giveaway. They've also sent me 5 of the little screwdriver magnetizers. So with this, you can put any screwdriver tip that's steel in the magnetizer, and basically that means screws will just magnetize to it, and also you can stop them magnetizing. Sometimes you might not want that, you might not want screws sticking to the end of it, so that's quite a cool little thing they've sent for the giveaway. So you'll get one of those if you drop a comment. But the Pocket Max screwdriver was a new one on me. I've not seen this before. It takes the standard Wiha Vario tips, so these are interchangeable screwdriver tips. They're great because they've got this really slim insulation, so you can get right down inside terminals, and they're really easy to use, but also 1000-volt insulated. They click into the handle, which is much slimmer and more compact than your standard interchangeable screwdriver. And then you've got a space for 4 Vario bits stored in the housing, in the handle, and this kind of like magnets in place, and it's just a really nice quality little thing. Little beauty that. I was well impressed. They said they'd send me something cool. I wasn't expecting it to be that cool. That is awesome. So drop a comment down below if you want to be in with a chance of winning one of those, and make sure you subscribe. That's all you've got to do. Subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. I do read all the comments and I reply to as many as I can, and it doesn't matter where you're watching from, doesn't matter where in the world you are, they're all entered, and we pick out out 5 winners and we'll post out this little bundle to you. But the real star of the show is the Wiha Speedy screwdriver. I was fascinated with this at the Byggeri show. So when they offered to send me one, I could not refuse. I thought this is something that would be a great addition to my toolkit. So it's all in a nice little L-box Sortimo mini. So this will connect to other little mini Sortimos, which is already pretty cool. And inside we've got the Speedy screwdriver and I've got 2 batteries, which is pretty cool because you can always have one on charge and then one in the gun, which I like. A dual charger, which is pretty awesome. This kit's about $169.99, so quite pricey, but you can do a lot with it because it's not just an electric screwdriver, it's insulated and it's got 2 different torque modes. So you can use this to torque up screws on miniature circuit breakers, and obviously different breakers have different torques, so you've got 2 built into this. So this again just takes the standard Wiha slim bit, vario bits, I think they're called slim bits, and all of the different ones, all the ones that fit in their little pocket screwdriver or any of their other screwdrivers will attach into this. And then maximum is 1 Newton meter and then minimum is 0.4. So you've got those 2 options built in, but they do have a series of adapters too to kind of tailor this to exactly what you need for the brand of breakers or whatever you're working with. And then to drive it, it's like kind of a one-handed operation. You're essentially just twisting this collar, twist it to the right to drive screws in, and then obviously to the left. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. It's just a very logical, very simple, but really well-made tool. Not overcomplicated, it just works really nicely. So I thought that is a really cool little addition to my toolkit, which I was really happy with. I love the fact it comes with 2 batteries. I think that is a real winner. Now inside the case, you can see they've got a little foam insert, but we can level that up because we do have, conveniently, inserts already made for the L-box Sortimo Mini. So it fits in there perfectly, and I can change up the design rather than just having the Speed E screwdriver, the charger and the batteries. I can add in there the little Pocket Max screwdriver. I can cut this in a slightly different way to make sure I can fit more in here. And with Shadow Foam, you can organize and tailor any toolbox. A big old rolling cab like this behind me, or one of the modular toolbox systems, whether it's an L-box Sortimo, whether it's Milwaukee pack out, DeWalt Tough System, Makita Mac packs, whatever you've got, we make Shadow Foam inserts for all of them. And Shadow Foam is as simple as placing items where you want them to go, cutting around the item, peeling back layers, and creating your own tailored bespoke insert for exactly how you want it. With that being said, let me cut all of this in and show you how easy it is. So there we go, that is the L-box Mini, all organised with a piece of Shadow Foam. And I've got the Speedy 2 there looking smart, I've got the screwdriver tips, the Pocket Max, the charger. So I fitted more in there, but obviously I could have put that layout however I wanted. And all I used was a scalpel and 1 blade. And to be fair, that blade would last a lot longer. And obviously you've got to wear your cut gloves, and all that stuff comes in our free cutting kits that come free with most orders at shadowfoam.com. But I'm really impressed with that, and to be fair, I'm impressed with the Pocket Max too. I think they are both great additions to an electrical toolkit, and that is something I'd like to do, an ultimate electrician's toolkit, the best kind of most compact form factor tools. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see on the channel, and if you think this is a bit pricey at £170, they also have a more budget-friendly version. This is the Wiha Speedy Pocket Drive. This isn't insulated. This is £66, and this comes in a lovely little soft shell case, and it's a bit of a monster, to be honest. This thing isn't torquing up screws. This is just a traditional electric screwdriver, although a really good one. It's got the torch in the end. You've got 2 power settings as well, and you can drive screws. Look at this. So this is just a standard bit of 3x2. Driven that all the way in without stopping. It's just got a little bit tight at the end there, but at that point you can just carry on driving it in and it still works as a normal screwdriver. So pretty beastly little thing. This one has got a USB-C charger in the end, so the battery's built in, and it's about 65 quid. So a much more budget-friendly alternative. It comes in a lovely little case. So that's the Speedy. Get your comments down below if you want to be entered into a giveaway for the little Wiha Pocket Drive. I've got 5 of these with 5 of the magnetizers. So all your comments below, as long as you're subscribed, will be entered, and we do the draws over on the main Shadow Foam channel, which is linked up here. So with all that being said, let's get back to Byggeri.
I see you on YouTube.
Yeah.
You have in France and in
Yeah.
UK
And now in Denmark.
yeah, Denmark.
Yeah,
Thank
see
you.
ya, have a good show. I've done a DeWalt backpack video, I'll put that up here. And I kind of put some foam in it and made a pretty cool backpack, but I've not seen this range before, with this like extra water resistant compartment. All of them have got the same little roll along bag. I quite like this kind of thing. I feel like putting together my kind of ultimate electrician's toolkit in something like that. Hultafors has got a really cool one as well. Quite similar in the fact you can get a load in there and it's just 1 pouch and it's like a grab and go. I'm gonna have to take a photo of that. That is something I wouldn't mind having a look at properly. quite a satisfying little thing, isn't it? Oh. It's what it feels like trying to keep the videos going, doesn't it? You're just going around in circles. It's like the ultimate knife kit here. Say, if you need a knife pouch like that, you look like Locke from Lost when he opens his case and he's got like one of every hunting knife in it. You just turn up to the job and you're like, what have you brought with you? I've got, what's that, 8, 9, 10. 10 knives? 10 knives enough knives? Is that a British flag? I can't quite tell. Definitely looks like a British flag in the corner. But that's not a brand I've seen before. It's funny how I've got to come to Denmark to discover new British brands. Dual blade. Looks similar to the Unilight one. Definitely that's a British flag, but I can't see anything else about it. Bit of an unusual one. Quite like the Tajima scrapers with the 18mm snap-off blade. Looked at them before, but it's nice to see them here. You don't see Tajima very often in the UK, not much. But they do stand out, they're quite bright in the colour, you know,
they are very good
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, good quality stuff.
Especially on our knives and our rulers.
Yeah.
We have people swearing on them. The nice one, right? What you have here, and then you just it's very affordable.
Yeah.
Have it anywhere.
And you build your system around that trolley rather than, I like it. That's pretty cool.
Exactly.
They're an interesting looking box. And then is this a drawer box here?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so they're straight out with a drawer. And then all these little containers inside. That's pretty unique in terms of a drawer setup.
We just got it a month ago, and we wanted to only much of your pieces.
Yeah, no, I've not seen it before, and I've seen a lot of toolboxes. I wonder what this is for on the front, this little clipping system. Do these attach to the
Yeah, and there's other
accessories and stuff?
accessories coming as well, but easy and convenient.
So it's a bit like the Tough system in the fact that it's got like a pushing latch that locks. It's quite narrow, isn't it? It's almost like a crate, and then that sits. Clips on, quite nice.
So we're out here getting, feedback and seeing
Yeah.
what people think. So
Feels a bit like a decorator's box. You know, because Purdy have got a decorator's box, and it's quite tall like this. That's interesting. So it's got like a kind of accessory mounts inside the box too, and even on the lid. That's something you see very often.
yeah, so this is just a whole new thing. We're still trying to figure it out ourselves. But yeah, hopefully sometime next year this will be available.
Available, yeah. No, I like it. First look at the Milwaukee headphones. Keep seeing these and thinking, don't really want to drop best part 200 quid on another pair of quirky headphones. That's a big lump of plastic to have hanging out your ear, isn't it? Case is solid, but again, I always have my AirPods on me, so I can take a phone call. And I do think these have got a bit of noise cancelling built into them, like kind of hearing protection. So there is a reason to have those over your AirPods, but thinking about it, I think this has got the lithium-3 battery in it. So I just bought a torch with a red lithium-3 battery. You can get a set of rechargeable headphones that are a bit smaller. Maybe this is new, I might have to ask. Chap's busy. There we go, maybe I'll look it up after. But that makes a bit more sense now because you can change the battery out and you can have a few of those in the charger. Hearing assist earplugs, yeah, so they're kind of noise blocking, but they can help you hear people talk. First time I've seen the Milwaukee safety shoes too. Milwaukee spoke a lot about these on the social media, so I've seen a lot of them, but not in person. You look quite smart. Red and black is my colours. I think they've got some of like the little click Titan ones as well. Feel sorry for the poor beggar who's worn this shoe. He's had a right accident going through that. Nice bit of padding on the heel though, so their loss is my gain. I can see what's going on. Take me back to our Skil electric days. You half don't expect the cars to stay on the loop, do you?
Are we going too fast for the camera?
That's good. One does Minuba. How do you say that? Minuba. Minuba. That wasn't far off.
We make software,
Yeah.
craftsmen, to where they can make time registration,
Right, okay.
quality documents.
Do like a job planner and all that. So what's Minuba mean? Is that a Danish word?
It doesn't mean anything.
No?
Nothing.
Looks like it means, well, you've got an apostrophe in there.
Nothing.
No.
Just a fun name.
Okay, cool, I like it. They're one of my favourites, them. I love them. Big old pair of bolt croppers. That the handles like just collapse down. Some magnet that holding that's well heavy, and it's like gone, held on there well. Getting onto everything now. I thought they had a Milwaukee shoe on. Da-dum-ch. Banging on this booth, and they've got all these little modular speakers that almost like mesh together, and they've got the same cup holder mount that the cups have, or they've got the same mount that the cups have. So this cup, it's got like a twist mechanism that goes on there, and the speaker has it too, so you can like mount your speakers all over the place. Pretty cool that. If you really want a banging job site, got a few of those. Right, that's it for the Byggeri show. What a crazy show. It's absolutely massive, far bigger than I expected actually. It's probably in Europe's biggest show this year category. Eisenhower Messe, we did a couple of years back. You can go and watch that video here if you're interested. If you've enjoyed this, go and watch that one. That was from last year. That also is only every 2 years. That one's in Germany. But I love this one in Denmark. Some really interesting tools. Let me know in the comments any of the highlights that you thought were pretty interesting. Get involved in the conversation down below this video. I do read all the comments and I reply to as many as I can. And while you're down there, click the subscribe button, click the bell icon, and you won't miss any of our future videos. And I've got some absolute banging videos coming very soon. You're not going to want to miss those. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.